Well, good morning to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. I hope you guys are excited for this wonderful day today. And I would like to address something. Rarely do I go political in terms of nature, and yet I'm going to tread on that ground this morning because those of you that know me know that one of my greatest joys in life is addressing sacred cows, because there are so many pansies on the planet today who, because they don't stand for something, they literally will fall for anything. And I'm attempting to demonstrate and model how you can have a strong opinion about something and not be a tool. How you can be a strong opinion about something and have a very strong stand and still treat each other with love and respect. How you can have a very strong position and belief and still honor another human being whose belief system and lifestyle and choice of living is diametrically opposed to yours. I'm here to model and set a standard for the fact that you can have disputes and disagreements, and you don't have to be a member of the thumb-sucking, blanket-wielding crybabies of America who get your panties in a bunch and look like a bulldog baptized in lemon juice, spewing out the venom of your insanity on other people while purporting to be better than them. Y'all hear what I'm saying this morning? So I am attempting to model for you how you can have a mature conversation with someone whose viewpoints are diametrically opposed to yours, and you can still treat them with care and kindness. This situation in Washington, D.C. that has been blown up in the media is worthy of talking about because it is a common situation. And let me describe what that situation is. It is a situation where people have a glimpse of what they think has occurred, and they immediately jump to judgment and conclusions. Immediate jumping to judgment and conclusions without the whole story. Now, for those of you that remember the movie Les Mis, or you remember the book, reading it, the story Les Mis, you know, clearly it would be easy to judge the man, not knowing that he was stealing bread from his family. Are there still consequences for theft? Absolutely. Yet when you understand somebody's motivation, you see them in an entirely different light. And you remember the priest that took him in when he was going to rob the priest who took him in. He could have sentenced him to a horrible life, but he extended grace to him, and that grace that was extended to him in the book Les Mis, in the play, in the movie Les Mis, that grace extended to him let him know, I got what I did not deserve, and I want to change my life and live my life for the better to be a blessing to other people. See, you don't know the whole story, and even when you think you know the whole story, you don't know the whole story. Let me give you another example of what happened, because as you know, to put it succinctly, there was a media hype that got half the country riled up because of this smug, little, arrogant white boy wearing a Make America Great hat again, showing great and incredible disrespect and antagonizing this Vietnam veteran Native American and these African American people. Oh, we hate this kid. Do you know there were death threats to this kid and his family because the media showed people what they wanted to show them? Because guess what, guys? Blessing people don't sell a whole lot. Encouraging people don't sell a whole lot. Stories of beauty in life don't sell a whole lot. You know what does? Getting people riled up, angry, dramatically activated. Do you know something, ladies and gentlemen? A life apart from a vibrant relationship with your Creator and those around you, a life void of an adventurous, beautiful, vibrant life with your Creator and those around you, a life void of that lends itself to a counterfeit called drama. If you find yourself drawn to, attached to, or attracting drama, it is likely because you are lacking a vibrant relationship with the one who created you unique and special and loves you like nobody else. And drama is a counterfeit to that adventure-filled lifestyle. So the media displayed what the media wanted it to display. And immediately, people desiring more dramatic issues in life, who would rather accuse than model the right behavior, who would rather condemn than model the right behavior, who would rather talk about rather than live the right behavior, who would rather judge than live the right behavior and model for the rest of us how to do it, who would rather talk about it, got riled up and got out of control. Then, over a short period of time, more videos began to present themselves showing that the whole thing was a complete freaking farce. And believe it or not, this young man was displaying something incredibly admirable. He was holding his ground, not doing nothing. My guess is, what looked like a smile on his face was him saying to himself, damn, dude, you just a little boy in front of this grown man in this crazy crowd. This is crazy, man. Just don't do nothing, son. Don't do nothing. You know, one of my favorite verses in the Bible says this: like a city whose walls are torn down is a man who lacks self-control. Think about that. Back in the day, Jesus' time, like a city whose walls are torn down. What do the walls provide? Protection. Otherwise, anything can come in and out. Like a city whose walls are torn down is a man who lacks self-control. This young man has some self-control. This young man was showing self-control. This young man was exhibiting self-control. And then the truth came to light. You know, that dude wasn't even a Vietnam vet. Stolen valor, man. Holy cow. But do we hear about that now? Are the same people got their pennies in a bunch upset about that? No, because no matter where you are, this is not a political conversation. This is a maturity conversation. This is not a political conversation. This is a maturity conversation. This is a conversation built around the fact that, as Paulo Coelho states so succinctly and beautifully, the world is not changed by your opinion, but by your example. Oh, how easy it is to accuse and condemn and judge and come to conclusions in relation to changing yourself and becoming the model of a person you want to see in your government and all around you in the media. Oh, it's so much easier. I get it. It's so much easier to talk about stuff than it is to change yourself. And therefore lies the strength and the weakness. Judgment is weakness. Example is strength. Judgment is weakness. Example is strength. Why don't anybody step up and be an example? I'll tell you why. Because it's HARDDDDD. It's hard. And everybody's weak and don't want to do the hard work. And they would rather judge other people. This happened again. This Make America Great Again and the Indian thumper guy, it's happened before. In Jesus' time. Let me give you a vision of it. Jesus is at a gentleman's house who is a known tax collector, known sinner, and the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the rulers of the law, the church people, you know, I call them Sadducees because they saw Jesus and they were sad, you see. They were sad, you see, because they lost their power. That's a joke. The Sadducees, the Pharisees, the scribes, the rulers of the law all came together and they were judging Jesus, just like the media and everybody was judging this little boy that they thought was antagonizing Thumper on his little drums there. And here's what was going on. They were talking amongst themselves saying, dude, this guy's sitting here with sinners. What, you know, he says he's with God. And look, he's hanging out, eating, drinking with sinners, man. And he knew what they were thinking. Jesus knew what they were thinking. And he said it plain and simple. He said, look, y'all, it's not the healthy who need a doctor, okay? It's the sick. I didn't come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Okay, and these guys are entering the kingdom way faster than you guys because you guys are a bunch of judgmental buttheads. Now, Jesus did not say that. That is my hood version of the Bible. He said, y'all are a bunch of freaking buttheads, man. You're judgmental and you sit back on your high horse and you look at these folks and you think you're better than them. But the problem is you are not living an example lifestyle. You are forcing other people to live to a set of rules you can't even live to your dang self, and then you're judging them for it so that you can feel superior. Sound familiar, America? What is my point and my conclusion? My point and my conclusion is this. This is the story of all times. You are either in judgment or you are in curiosity. You are either a judger or a learner. When you see a situation, let me help you a little bit here. Don't believe what you see. And don't believe what you hear. Observe, come to a conclusion that you think in your head, but do me a favor. This thing right here, raw here, you know, God gave you one of these that can close and two of these that can't. So maybe just shut your little pie hole, keep your judgment to yourself, and if it irks you, go live differently and model for us how to live a great life. Model for us how to treat other people. Model for us how to do it, because clearly if you are sitting in the seat of judgment, it is because you have arrived and you know how to do it, and now you can be an example for all of us out here who don't know how to do that. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I know that sounds like hard work. Oh, I know that's tough. I know it. I am a coach, not a cheerleader. I don't carry pom-poms and a smile. I carry a whistle and a scowl. I am here to create cognitive dissonance in the masses so that people will come to a place that they can make a decision that it's time to change. Stay in judgment. Curiosity, judgment. Curiosity, bulldog baptized in lemon juice, happier life. The world is not changed by your opinion. It's not changed by your judgment. It's changed by your example. So in conclusion, here's what I would like to say about this Make America Great young man and Thumper the dude here that's stolen valor, said he was a Vietnam vet, never even left the United States, allegedly, according to all the data coming out that has finally been exposed. People, if you allow yourself to get all jacked up by information you see, knowing that you really don't even know half the story, I want to help you know what that is called so that you can label it, okay? That's called stupidity, it's called immaturity, and it's called foolishness. It is completely foolish to come to a conclusion without having all the facts. I end with this simple example. You're driving to work down Loop 1604 in the morning. Everything's fine. Your favorite music is playing. You're having a great day. You just had your best breakfast. Your hair turned out just perfect and everything is coiffed so wonderfully and your day is going amazing. And then out of nowhere, this red Corvette comes across and runs you and 3 other people off the road and starts flying down the road at about 90 miles an hour. And you and everybody around you gets flipped out, angry, ticked off, judging, that little son of and you are angry now. And as you come over the top of the hill 5 minutes later, you see the red Corvette pulled over on the side of the road, and you see a policeman next to the red Corvette on the side of the road, and you're like, ha ha, sucker, you got busted, dog. Yeah, you're running us off the road. I'm going to tell the cop what this idiot did because I kind of messed up my tire in my car getting run off the road. And you are a judgmental psychopath, immature, baby foolish, because as you pull up to rat out on the red Corvette to the cop, what you see is the policeman on the passenger side of the door and the man driving the vet's wife sitting there giving birth. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, what happens now, my friend, now that you have the whole story? Do your feelings change? Do your thoughts change? Now, your feelings are real because you were in judgment, not in curiosity. You made a conclusion based on lack of full evidence. So what is my point today, ladies and gentlemen? If you find yourself getting your panties in a bunch, getting all jacked up, out of control, and judgmental, welcome to the weakest form of the human race. You are in the category of the weakest form of the human race, who lack self-discipline, wisdom, knowledge, intelligence, and the capacity to show grace and understanding. That's not a good category to be in, y'all. That's just not a good category to be in, okay? Those people die young, they die early, ain't nobody want to be around them. Do us all a favor. Stay in curiosity, not judgment. Realize that there's more to a story before you make a conclusion. And by all means, manage your emotions. Be kind. Love on people. Be cool to folks. Because you know what? The world is not changed by your opinion. It's changed by your example. Have a great day, guys.